Okay, that's great. Now, today we will start our discussion on remaining protocols for application layer that works on the application layer. Okay, so one of them is HTTP and another is DNS. Okay, so any doubt before we start them? Any doubt do you have regarding to previous protocols or anything that we have discussed so far? Anything that you want to ask or want to solve? So now today we'll start with HTTP that you know that it is hypertext transfer protocol, right? It is used for accessing data on the World Wide Web. It is generally used. You know that HTTP is the general protocol that we use, and I think in many applications even you have made use of HTTP so far in your when you are doing this web development that you know that you might have encountered this HTTP. Um, and today we are going to learn that how exactly, not exactly, but the overview of that, what exactly the function of it, how it understands what is the format of it, etc. So that is what we will learn today. So what is the basics of it? So first of all, whenever there is a HTTP server, there must be a well-known port, and that well-known port for HTTP is 80. That also is known to you. I think you might have encountered this as well, right? So what we generally do as a client, we request something from the server and we get response. Now, what can we request? What is a possibility? What we can request here? So we request a document, we request the information about that. We ask for the information and we get the information that can be in terms of file. It can be in terms of information of the file, right? So that is what we are doing with the HTTP. So how exactly this request and the response looks like? Okay. So the request message is having first. So the request message, if you will see, in that first line is the request line. In the request message, first line is the request line, and the next is header. Next is a blank line, response specific headers. There is a blank line, and there is a body. Like now, what is the meaning of this body? Body is not necessarily present in all the message, right? It's same way body is not necessarily present in all the message. So what kind of messages are there where the body exists, and what does it include in this body part that we have to learn? So this is what we will learn regarding to HTTP. So starting with this request line first. So let us learn about this request line first. So the structure of this request line is that first of all request type, then space, then URL, then space, then HTTP version. Okay, so in this, if you will see, just a second. Okay, now what we are doing here is and next is okay. So here we will see that there is a request line. In that request line, first is request type, then URL, then HTTP version, and they are separated by a space. Right now, what type of request it can be? Have you seen any HTTP request, or have you ever used any HTTP request so far? Have you used any? Which HTTP request you have used? Yes, yes, you have used get, post, put, delete. So you understand which type of request it is. So it is get request, or it is, so you understand what is get, that it asks a document from a server. What is post, it sends the information from client to server if you want to post something, right? Then put is that the server sends some information to client, and head is what, that you are not asking the document, but you are asking the information about the that document. So many request types, you understand that what it is, that different request types are there, and that will be mentioned here what kind of request it is. Next is URL. So where, from where you are asking the information, that URL will be kept here. And then HTTP version, which version of HTTP is being utilized by the client, right?